Lane, I did it. I got all the episodes edited.
Good job. I knew you could do it.
Can I now go home to see my family?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, great. Why is the mic on?
Because we're recording another episode?
Oh,
Yeah.
thought I was done.
No.
What?
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Ultraranger, the show where we talk about Ultraman's past, present, future, Godzilla, and all kaiju in between. I'm your co-host, Ultralane.
Ultraman, and sometimes Ultraseven.
Yeah. So, hi. We're just recording one more episode for 2020.
One more episode 2020, the final episode 2020.
Yes.
I've spent the last 2 days working on editing all of these to get them out. That way we do not have a 2020 problem.
Mm-hmm.
Where the first episode that came out of 2020 was recorded back in October of 2019. Why do you think the first episode was titled 3 months late?
Yep. Cigar's been working his ass off to finish the rest of the episode, so good for you, man.
Oh my goodness.
I've been distracting myself with Fortnite.
Though when this episode does come out, I'll actually be with my family for the holidays. We're actually gonna turn that light up because the sun is shining because it's like +3 outside. There's no snow. You know, the world truly is going down the shitter because of global warming. Yeah.
So this episode we're talking about Ultraseven episode 20, Ultraman Dyna episode 20, and Ultraman Z episodes 20 and 21.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got 20, 20, 20 in 2020. That's actually funny. Last episode 2020, we're talking about episodes 20, 20, and 20. Good job, Gar. You nailed it.
Yeah. Gar, did you plan that? No.
Nope. Shit happens like for a reason.
Yeah, honestly, it's more of a coincidence.
Well, fuck.
So I guess we should just get straight into Ultraseven since there is no news because we're saving news for when there's actual news.
Yeah, like maybe when the new Ultraman gets announced or something.
Yeah. Ultraseven.
So episode 20, Destroy Earthquake Epicenter X. So...
I read that as Epic Center.
No, it's Epic.
But there's only one C, so yeah, it would be Epicenter.
Epicenter. Yeah, that's like the control point for like an earthquake or something. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, this episode's pretty boring.
Yeah, so we have our character of the episode, Professor Iwamura, and his assistant Sakaki. What a cock.
But yeah, like, so from what I gathered from this episode was that like there's like this rock that these two chicks found that like they were doing in the middle of a race and they almost fucking crashed off a cliff, and then they found this space rock, and
it's not a space. So these rocks are from the Earth's core called Utonium, and if these rocks leave the core, they'll apparently destroy the Earth. What a fucking shocker.
So yeah, there's this professor named Iwamura, and like he's like kind of like a crotchety old man, like really like real asshole, very very stubborn and stuff. So like
maybe his name should have been Sakaki because he was being a big cock.
But yeah, so Dan and Soga went to go like pick him up because like because there's been like earthquakes or something, and so like
and he's the best one. He's the best one of our
They
facility.
need to help him, but he tells them to pretty much go fuck themselves and like leave, and so like they're terrified. Even Dan's just like he's like, oh, I didn't know humans could be like fucking assholes. So they go back and like Kiriyama, whatever, is just like he's like yeah.
Oh yeah, Kiriyama's just like, all right, Furuhashi, you go deal with him. No.
Well, no. It wasn't that. It was just like Kiriyama knew that he was like an asshole. So then like Soga, it's like, okay, I need you two to go back there and get him. He's like, Captain, no, he's not going to talk with us. And Furuhashi and Amagi walk in, and he's like, Captain, Furuhashi's definitely fit for the job. Furuhashi, oh, no. Ann can do it. Yeah, sure, I'll do it. You'll go with me, right, Dan? Yeah, sure.
Fucking humans.
So Ann and Dan go to get him, but then they run into Sakaki, and it's like, oh yeah, Irimura is a real tough nut, but it's okay.
He's up in the mountains.
He already left. What? Yeah, he went to the mountains.
Okay.
What?
Just it on like once they get to the mountains, you have the two girls who were in the freaking drag race or something. I don't know.
It was just like a road race.
Yeah, like a road because you have the driver and you have your navigator. And it's like, oh, we ran into a dead end. Oh, I'm not good with locations. You're the one holding the map. How did you not know that there was a dead end here? Oh my goodness. Those two made no sense to be here. And it's like, oh, but you need someone to find the Utonium. Yeah, you have 6 cast members already a part of the main cast. You could have had one of them find it. Because these two do nothing for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, like, they're just, like, the whole time they're in this cabin, I'm like, what's happening? Like
you have 6 cast members. Put them to good use.
Yeah.
It's like the whole Escape from Dimension X thing. You have Soga and Amagi. They didn't really work together.
Yeah. So then,
what are the odds? This also includes the letter X in the title means, oh, okay, screw this episode for character development.
Mm-hmm. And so, like, basically we find out that Sakaki's the alien. Because he, like, dropped something, and then, like, the girls found it, Iomura picks it up, and he shows Sakaki, he's like, oh, this isn't Earth metal! Some guy space metal, Sakaki's like, I don't know what you're talking about, and then he's like, oh, well, then you won't mind if I throw it away! No! Alright, fine!
I am an alien.
I'm an alien. And so he transforms into an alien shot play.
You're an alien? I'm an alien. Oh, he took my metal.
Yeah, so he's an alien shot play, which is from we saw him in Orb and Gene.
Yeah. This guy pops around a bit.
I
was a bit shocked to know that his first ever appearance in Ultra-7, he was literally gunned down in like 5 seconds.
Like set on fire and just
literally set on fire.
Yeah, because like Dan or someone's just like aim for the eyes.
Who you think it was? It was Dan.
Yeah.
Of course, Dan was like, and aim for the eyes. He's probably dealt with these things before.
Oh yeah.
His head's flammable.
Yeah. So, but before he dies, he like shouts out. He shouts out like Gyarados, and so we get
Gira, the core monster, Gyarados.
This was not a good-looking kaiju. Like it was just a guy in a suit kneeling down and just being like, "Arr! Arr!"
Like, I think the worst part about the suit is it's supposed to be a quadruped, but it didn't have legs.
No,
it was just a ball with a neck.
Yeah, like the worst kaiju seem to be the ones that are crawling on their fucking knees constantly.
But this one didn't have knees.
No.
It was just a ball.
Yeah, it was just a guy in a suit.
This is up there with Greymons being one of the worst designs I've seen.
So, how do you fucking defeat a monster like this fucking stupid? Oh, I don't know. Ultraseven throws his eye slugger and fucking decapitates the fucker. It was amazing. It was the best part of the entire episode.
Like, just
he bleeds rocks.
Well, yeah, because he was the one eating the Utonium, the core.
Rock. Yeah, he like literally cuts his head off, and like both of us were just like, yeah.
And big shocker, he was the one also making the earthquakes.
Yes.
But it's like it took 17 minutes for this episode to finally kick in out of 25.
Yeah.
So how many? So let's see here: 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 8 minutes left of the episode for something to actually happen.
Yep. So, yeah, the only exciting thing was the monster getting his fucking head cut off.
That in the introduction to Alien Chaplay.
Yeah.
Or Chaplay.
Chaplay. Sharpie.
Sharpie. Yeah, he's a Sharpie.
Alien Sharpie.
Because he leaves his mark in the history of showing up again and again.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like, I know that, like, not every Ultraman episode is going to be a fucking winner.
Oh, of course not.
There's some boring ones, so yeah, this is okay.
It was alright.
It's alright. Nothing fancy.
I mean, I think the only interesting thing was probably the battleground with Ultraseven and Gigadorus.
Yes.
Or Gyaradoris.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Thanks to episode 20 for nothing.
That's 120 down. Let's see if the other 20 can do better.
Ultraman Dyna.
Yeah. So, episode 20 of Ultraman Dyna, Alien Boy.
Alien Boy.
So, it's about a boy who's an alien.
Yeah, so apparently there was a planet out there called Planet Rimmet. And its life forms, the Lastians, had to flee the planet because the entire planet went through an ice age. And they all made a promise that if the planet ever unthawed from the ice age, they'll return.
Mm-hmm.
However, according to the satellite Teto, it scanned that the planet Rimmet was destroyed. So now it's like, well, there goes, or it was like Planet Lastian hit Planet Rimmet. And so basically the home planet's gone. So they made a vow that if our planet did end up being destroyed, we would go fly out into space and find a new one. Now some of these aliens ended up on Earth. Shock of all shock. And a woman alien met a human guy. They got married and had a kid, in which the episode focuses on Satoru, who was, I guess, half. Well, no, he couldn't be half.
No, he was an alien.
Guess he was full on alien.
Yeah.
And, well, basically, he's a Lastian. His mother's too comfortable to Earth, and he's decided, I'm going to join my fellow alien members and fly off into space.
It's weird.
And it's basically just, this kid's last day on Earth.
Yeah. And so, like, he reveals to, like, two of his best friends, whatever, that he's an alien, and they're totally fine with that.
Next thing you're going to tell me is that you're an Invis.
Yeah, we found out apparently that, like, this kid's is Yuya's actor from Gaim.
Yeah. And it turns out he also showed up in episodes 9, 10 of 01 as the actor Humagear.
Yeah, so it's like, wow, this guy's got range.
This guy went on to become one of the best depressing characters ever.
The catalyst for fucking escalating Gaim's story.
But if you think of it, he also ended up becoming a Kamen Rider in a What If universe.
Well, yeah, the episode where, like...
what if Yuya became Gaim?
Yeah. They actually had a really cool henching.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a really cute scene where, like, the two friends, like, they go to visit him, and, like, they run up to, like, his mom, and it's just like, don't worry, man, we won't tell anyone that your son's an alien. And they, like, run into his room to, like, go hang out with them. And, like, you just see the mother just being like, oh, wow, that's really nice. Cause, like, and then, like, they also, like, Satoru also tells them, it's like, oh, yeah, no, my mom's an alien. It's like, my dad's dead. Yeah, their dad.
Oh, okay.
Because that's why when, like, at the end of the episode, you see, like, the picture of them, and then you saw, like, picture of the father, like, kind of phased in.
Then who's that other guy, then? That he was...
Grandpa.
Yeah, he said it was his grandpa.
Yeah, he said it was his grandpa as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
it's like, oh, yeah, it was me, my dad, my mom, my grandpa.
All right, because I was confused for a bit. Because I'm like, wait, who's that guy then? It's like, oh, the grandfather.
So... Every time he, like, uses his alien, like, abilities or something like that, he, like, Super Guts detects it.
Yeah.
So, like, there's this really cute shot where, like, all of them were, like, looking at the screen and then, like, oh, the signal's gone. Oh. And then, like, you see, like, all the look in their disappointment in their faces.
Well, yeah, because they got the news from Nakajima, who's already a disappointment.
Yeah, not Hori. No one will ever replace Hori.
Everybody hates Nakajima.
But then there's, like, he accidentally Satoru transforms into his alien form, which, like, this is one of those moments where it's, like, they're trying to go for cute, but he's not cute.
Like, the humanoid form That honestly scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, and like it spooked them, and so like Super Guts finds out again, so they track the signal to the house, and basically they do like that joke where it's like FBI, open up. They like so like he's
I'm just a cousin. I'm just a cousin.
and it's like oh, Super Guts is on their way. Hey, wait, how do you know that? Because my mom just told me. Because they're like telepathically linked or something.
You gotta give it to Super Guts though. Although they are chasing down an alien, they're still polite enough to take off their shoes.
Yeah, so they should.
Because like you see one of them do a dodge roll in. They're wearing socks in the house. I'm like, I can't believe that they're still that respectful.
Well, yeah, no, that's just Japanese tradition. If you go into a household, you gotta take your shoes off.
Where's that deleted scene? We're coming. Oh, wait. Okay, now.
Yeah. So they go in and like it just they pretend like they're playing a game. And,
Oh yeah.
like, they're like, wait, what? But
We're
oh, okay, yeah. Hi, we're just kids playing around here. But then like Asuka like sees like Satoru's like eyes glow for a second. He's like, fucking onto you, old bastard. But like he looks at Satoru looks at Asuka and like at one point like in the episode he goes oh you're like because he has like a telepathic conversation with him. He's like you're and he knows that he's Dyna.
Yeah, it's like you're
because I guess when you're an Ultraman, you give off like an aura or something.
Which is funny because as of this episode's recording, Subra's YouTube channel released an episode of Ultraman Max where the alien also did the same thing with Max, where it's like they had that aura where like you're an alien? Yeah. You? Yeah. High five.
Yeah, it's like in fucking Taiga. Yeah, I'm an alien. Also, I'm a robot.
Also, is anyone else here an alien? I hate to alarm you, but
but yeah, so like basically the rest of this episode is just like his two friends gonna help him. Like, okay, let's get you. Like, where are you gonna go? Well, just like try to fly into space somehow.
and like he turns into like the kaiju, like his giant monster form,
and he grows big, and he's like, well, he grows him. He just grows big.
Yeah. Well, there is a difference in design.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Okay.
Yeah. So when he turned into like the giant form, that was like its true form.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I found it kind of adorable how he's just trying to hop into space.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, that's not working. So then Super Guts goes to attack, but like Asuka's like trying everything, like, no, don't attack. Like, can't you see he's just scared? He's not even doing anything that's bad. And like,
and they're like, all right, well, hold off, sir. There are kids here. Fucking kill it.
Well, yeah. So they're trying to get him to go away, and like he falls into a building, but then like you see him like trying to like put the building back together. He's like, oh shit, I'm sorry. So then like Asuka's like, oh, fine, fuck this. Turns into Dyna to like stop Super Guts from attacking, and then he kind of has just like this conversation with the kid, just being like, hey, like, just
yeah, you have to go.
You gotta go. I'll
teach you how to fly.
So, like...
Apparently he grows wings.
Yeah, Satoru grows wings, and, like, he can't get it at first, but then he does, and Dyna's just like, okay, I'll go with you. Like, I'll help you fly out into space. To make sure that, like, you get out there safely. And, like, his two friends are just like, bye. Like, this felt like an E.T. kind of thing.
A bit. It did sort of have, like, that 1980s, like, sci-fi home, like small town adventure type of deal.
Yeah, like, when he's flying into space, you could have fucking put the E.T. theme song in there. Yeah, you could have done that. So, like, yeah, he ends up just, like, flying to space. He makes it with, like, the other aliens. They're waiting for him, because, like...
Yeah, because apparently, like, they all got together around Earth to wait for the people that were on Earth.
Yeah.
That were them to come back. And then, once he joined his fellow... At least he's not alone.
Yeah. So, and the mom's just like, oh, I miss you.
Oh, I'll miss him. But I'm like... I was honestly expecting the episode to end with, like, dude, if you love Earth so much, you can stay.
Mm. And then, like, the two friends are just like, yeah, I'm gonna become an astronaut so you can fly into space. It's like, yeah, and I'll help you get there into space. Yeah, we'll see you again someday, Satoru.
And those two kids ended up growing up to become Katsumi and Isami. No. But apparently one of them did end up becoming a big voice actor in the anime industry.
So that ended up being Tomokazu Seki. No. Yeah, so, like, this was a nice episode. Very, very heartwarming.
It is very hard. Like, sometimes you just don't need a big action scene. It just...
I was like, what the fuck? No Dyna fighting?
But,
Fuck!
But sometimes, there could, like, the resolution could not always be punching the thing to death.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, if I want peaceful conflicts, I'll fucking watch Cosmos. No, Cosmos is cool though.
Yeah.
Cosmos.
Yeah.
But a good episode. Nothing bad about it. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too. I feel like this episode would have worked so much if Dyna got like an English dub. I feel like this episode would have been like one of the fan favorites.
I feel like if the Tiga dub was popular, they would have dubbed Dyna.
No, that would have been dope.
Asuka, you can fly, right? What?
No. If anything, they would just probably keep making baseball references with Asuka.
Oh my god!
That's a homer. And the crowd goes wild.
My dad taught me this. Look. Are we ever gonna get back into that? The mystery of his dad missing. Was he gonna like investigate why his dad went missing? Isn't that why he joined Superguts in the fucking first place?
I think, not to find his dad, but I think it was just like
figure out what happened with his dad,
or maybe
live up to his dad's legacy.
Maybe it was just that live up to his dad's legacy.
Well, yeah, because like everyone was just like, hey, "Your dad was fucking awesome, best pilot ever."
But we do know that I don't know, we're roughly at the halfway point. 5 more episodes and we're at the halfway point for Dyna.
Yeah. Alright.
But yeah, alright, so 120 out of 3 were really good. Now let's see if Zet can... I'm sorry, I couldn't say it with a straight face. Of course, Ultraman Zet's gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. So episode 20, To Care and What Lies Beyond. So, now... This is usually the episode, like traditional in Ultraman, where, it's like the captain, he's a father or a mother or something like that, and, they have a kid who they kind of, not too close with, and, it's about that. Obviously, it's Juggler's the captain, so he doesn't have kids, because he's fucking Juggler. So, who's the second next person we can kind of get to do that? Mr. Bako!
No, the captain episode. Miss Bako!
Mr. Bako! No, but you know what? This is a perfect character to have something like that. So he has a daughter.
I'm sorry, now I'm just thinking, somewhere out there in the multiverse, Juggler has a bastard child that he doesn't know about. What if Juggler had, like, an actual family, like a father, a mother, freaking siblings that cared about him? No, just... Hey, Juggler, isn't that your family? You call yourself Juggler. Yeah, damn, whatever. Well, what is it? Juggler's his stage name that he came up with when he was in high school. What's your real name?
Bartholomew?
No, just, what's his real name? Marvin.
Juggless Marvin?
Yeah, Juggler. No, just Marvin. Juggler's his stage name.
Oh.
Because he juggled.
Okay. But yeah, so Mr. Bako, he has a daughter, an older daughter, who's a scientist, and she lives in Canada.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, shout out to Canada. So the first time we did watch this, like before we watched it again for the episode, I wasn't paying attention too fully, so at first I thought he went to Canada to visit her, so I was like, oh fuck, he got there quickly. Then we watched, I was like, oh, she came to Japan to, work on something for, a few weeks. So she's in Japan, not in Canada.
Yeah, but to be fair, she in Canada, in air quotes here, probably just means, Vancouver.
Yeah.
Which is only, a few $100 flight from Japan.
No, if you live in Vancouver, you can get to Japan fucking nothing.
Oh, that'll be $100. Thanks.
Yeah, cool. Let's spend a month in Japan, whatever.
All right. For us, so from Ontario to Japan, that's $1,000.
But yeah, so what's the daughter's name?
Her name is Ryu. Sorry, it's right here. Rui Inabe, which I totally forgot that Mr. Bako isn't his real name.
No, that's his nickname.
It's his nickname, among the crew. I'm like, all right.
So, also another thing I picked up that was really fucking hilarious was that I saw like when Yoko finds out that Mr. Bako has a daughter, you can see kind of the look in like disappointment in like her voice and the way she's like her face. Like, wait, she has a daughter? Oh yeah. Oh, because like she's into older men, so I think she has an attraction to Mr. Bako. So the fact that knowing that he has a daughter,
who's like older than her.
Yeah, she's like, oh, well, fuck.
Wait.
You can even see when she gets introduced to her, she's kind of like hamming it up a bit. Yeah.
I'm like, but wait, wouldn't that make you more attracted to him since he has a full-grown child? Or adult for a kid.
No, but like, what if you wanted to what if she wanted to marry him and stuff like that? Then it's like, oh, you have a stepmother that's younger than you.
True.
That's weird. That's just weird.
It's kind of like when in Trailer Park Boys, when Ricky found out Mr. Leahy was his dad, he realized, oh shit, that makes, to quote Ricky, shit, that makes Randy my brother. No, Ricky, that means Randy's your fucking uncle.
Actually, stepdad.
That's his stepdad.
So you can tell that like throughout this episode, Mr. Bako, he's not too close with his daughter, because you can see like he kind of just like gets on a nice jacket and a nice dress shirt and a tie, and he kind of just wears it loosely. And then before he leaves, he's just like, all right, let's go. Like he's just kind of like forcing himself to.
I don't know why his outfit with the glasses and the hair. I don't know why it kind of reminded me of my grandfather a bit.
Yeah, he went to go visit her, and like he's like, "Oh, where's your mother?" And it's like, "Oh, Mom thought it would be best that you and I just spend quality time." And he's just like, "Oh, okay."
So divorced?
I think so. Yeah, they're divorced.
Either that or
probably because
Bako
focused on his work.
There is no hiding around it. Mr. Bako is always working.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning he's probably a terrible wife or terrible husband, terrible father.
I wouldn't say that. Just because you don't make time for your family all the time doesn't make you a terrible father or husband. It just means that like
that is true, because look at I can't remember his name right now. The guy that played Big Bird on Sesame Street, he unfortunately passed away a year ago.
Mm.
But they did a documentary with him. And he mentioned, like, working every day, it was hard on the kids, but we made sure every weekend it was just us.
Yeah. Because, like, you see, like, his daughter does go, like, oh, I remember when you used to take me, like, museums and stuff like that. And he's just like, oh, yeah. So she's like, oh, is there anywhere you want to go? He's just like, yeah, I don't really care. Go wherever. And she's like, I know where you can go. So she goes, goes back to storage. So
also Carol Spinney was his name.
Oh, okay. So Yuka apparently is a fan of her because she developed the first artificial life form. M1! The Gar-looking motherfucker from X. He looks like him.
I do not look like him.
You do look like him.
I do not look like an ape.
You do. You look like M1. Because you got those lips and you got that hair. You got that figure. Except you don't have his lanky arms though. He's got lanky ass arms. Super weird.
I just throw on like a freaking brown shirt. I do not look like him, and I just start walking away like him.
Yeah, you kind of look like him. So we got this guy again. Why they developed him to look like that? I don't fucking know.
Exactly. It's like of all the.
But he's cute. He's kind of adorable.
I don't know, maybe it could be a Congo reference.
Yeah. Hug Amy. Hug Amy. Hug Amy.
Maybe it could have just been that. Just the whole thing of how, like, you can teach apes, sign language.
Yeah.
I still think
M1, no!
I still think one of the coolest things is still Rise of the Planet of the Apes, where like the new Planet of the Apes trilogy, where they use sign for a lot of things. And it's like, again, though, that art. Again, that is actors, though, being mocap, but that is still cool.
But yeah, so it was funny too, where like Yuka's a fan of his daughter, and so like she asks for like a handshake, and like she's like freaking out about it. It's like, okay, get a picture, and Ark is like, yeah, let's all of us get a picture, and like Bako's just like, guys, come on. Looks over, like the entire fucking crew is just in on the photo. Guys, back to work.
Yes, boss.
And like, but the daughter's just like, man.
That does beg the question. If Mr. Bako does leave, who's in charge?
I think Yuka. I think Yuka's like second in command.
Or maybe it's one of those things where it's like, even though he's not there, he left like a list of things that need to be done.
Well, yeah, he just doesn't like them slacking. Like, unless they're having like a party for some reason.
With tuna, with his giant tuna fish.
So yeah, so you can tell that he just like prefers to just be working. So then like he drops off his daughter, but then she's like, "Oh, you want to come see him?" He's like, "I don't really want to." Come on, no, I don't want to. Fine. So they go in and
M1's been kidnapped.
M1's in the process of being kidnapped, but he's kind of resisting, and then he accidentally gets like shoved into like a power conduit, and it overloads like
the M1 cells.
Yeah, the cells in his body, which causes him to
grow giant size. Which interesting little cameo there. The person kidnapping him was Ryu's assistant Karada, who was played by Makoto Takahashi, who has made several cameos throughout the New Generation era.
Yeah, we just talked about the 199 Sentai film.
Yeah, and he was the salaryman in
Suicidal salaryman.
Yeah, in the Gokaiger Goseiger crossover film.
Yeah, so.
You know, the one where he gave up on his hopes and dreams?
Mm-hmm. So he's going big, and so, of course, the director, calls Sabikura and tells him, okay, we gotta take this fucker down. He's a kaiju, you gotta destroy him. But, the daughter's like, no, he's, years of research, and, he's he's just scared and afraid. He's not doing anything wrong.
I even like how Haruki knows, remembers. It's he looks at the, he remembers the picture Yuka showed them of her holding M1. It's oh shit, this guy isn't a threat. So they basically just knock it out, which I'm realizing now, it's an artificial life form. How do you take it out with a tranquilizer?
Maybe it's, organic, too.
It's gotta be some sort of techno-organic. He's a beast machine.
Yeah, he's artificial.
Instead of them walking out of the light, it's just M1. Walking out of the Oracle.
I am M1.
I am transformed.
Oh,
God. M1 Maximus.
So then, they keep telling him, oh, we need to be destroyed by Heavy Core. It's just, constantly on the phone, because, the daughter's oh, we can figure out what to,
to shrink him back down.
Yeah. And, at first, Heavy Core's well, Bako, you know what to do, right? Bako's yep, we'll destroy him. And she's Dad, no, come on! So, Yuka and Rory are trying to figure it out, so they're, trying different plans. So, they use Wyndham to, give out a smell of bananas, but then it gets them too excited.
Well, that was to hold them off.
Yeah, it was just the they were doing stuff to try to give them time to work on the cure.
Because he was only 2 kilometers away from the city.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it was 2,300 kilometers away from the city.
Yeah, and then they try a tug of war. They try roping him. They get a bunch of the storage crew to do a drum thing. They're Santa, 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 and they do a jump, a dance thing. It reminds me of Ultraranger.
Yeah, it's oh no, they got him more excited.
Yeah, and so eventually Heavy Core is it's oh, we got the cure. Okay, sorry guys, I can't.
Higher ups are telling me to kill it.
Yeah, I can't distract them anymore. And Bako's just give it to me. Yeah. So he drives off in a car, and there's Yoko, and then Ultraman comes out to try to stop him. Mm-hmm. Which goes beta smash. He's just beta smash! Just fucking punches him. Now, so awesome.
Now I'm just waiting for Professor Beta Smash. Ultra out. Look at me, I'm wearing shirts now.
Oh god. No.
Space travel.
Ultraman.
Ultraman.
That should just be the thumbnail. Just fucking Professor Hulk puts Beta Smash's head. So then, eventually, King Joe gets close enough, and then you see Mr. Bako, in King Joe, and he has a rocket launcher, and he's just stop making my daughter sad. Shoots the thing into M1's mouth, shrinks him down, and she looks over at her dad and is thanks for giving a shit. And he's yeah. Well, you stole my daughter.
Well, it's something Haruki said to Heavy Kura. Dude, don't chew food with your mouth open. No, it's about how you guys don't stop the monsters. You try to prevent destruction.
Yeah, our job is to save lives.
Yeah. It's
this is another life.
Cool. And, like the M1 just walks away. It's just with his lanky ass arms.
That's the only thing I don't like about him is his fucking arms.
Why are we making? Why did M1 show up? Because we needed to release an M1 vinyl figure.
Yeah. So this is a really good episode. Very nice.
Mr. Baco finally got character development.
Yeah. Well, like it was more so just like he kind of like realized he's like, no, I love my kid.
Yeah. Peter, I love you. I just don't like you.
I love you with all my heart. Just don't like you. That's all.
Yeah. And thus we lead into the prelude of the finale, episode 21, D4. So, when Ultraman A showed up and defeated the terrible monster of Baraba, his horn was left. Which, if you don't remember his horn, it was the giant fucking sword on his head. In which the United Nations were able to harness the Yapul interdimensional power from that sword to create their own power source that has been labeled D4. And while testing it on an abandoned island, shit hit the fan.
Yep. As
in, half the island got imploded from nothing. Oh, did we mention that they want to put this in King Joe's, Pentium cannon?
Yeah, and they want to use it to like fight any future thing. Because like, I love how we got into this full thing. Let's like Harky's just like, oh, but like Ultraman Z, yeah, Ultraman seems to be the only one who's able to defeat these fucking things. We can. What happens when Ultraman leaves? We'll have nothing. And it's like, no, Ultraman won't abandon us. No, he will eventually. And which then like later on, Harky goes to talk to Zed about it. And Zed's just like, well, maybe this is exactly what you guys need. He's like, yeah, but you've seen how awful it is and stuff. And it's like, well, like, what should we do? And it's like, it's up to you guys to decide what to do with that. I won't always be here.
But it's also what storage, like the other storage members were talking about, and how like, oh, we've been able to defeat monsters. No, Ultraman's been able to defeat the monster. You guys have just been able to hold it off until he gets there.
Yeah, basically. Like King Joe is a fucking powerful dude, which
so far the only kaiju that I remember King Joe actually taking down
Red King
is not the
Red King. Gregory.
Yeah, Grigio Raiden.
Yeah, Raiden Gregory.
Yeah, which is the only thing so far that they've taken down that I remember.
And that was only just because fucking Ultraman whittled it down.
Yeah.
So.
And that was from not blank range, gunpoint.
Yep. Yeah, just point blank.
Yeah, point blank. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, point blank range. Yeah. So like,
why do they call it point blank range?
I don't know.
Because I guess you can't see it because it's out of your range. So basically, everyone in storage is kind of like weirded out by or not weirded out, but basically uncomfortable with the D4 ray. Because this thing just took out half an island while it's during its testing. Do you really think it's a good idea to use this to fight monsters in cities? I'm guessing you're looking at what point blank.
Yeah, it's just the meaning of it is just like shooting someone very, very close.
Yeah.
Or like saying something like rude or indirectly to someone. So it's like, oh, yeah.
So we have our final cast member for the show. Mai Yuki, one of the managers from the Global Allied Forces.
GAF.
Or GAF.
GAF.
And, according to Jerk from the King Joe episodes 9 and 10, they think the D4 ray is a good idea.
Yeah, and like the director or whatever like that is just like, oh, it's under control.
It's not under control. It just took out half a freaking island.
So then, like, after they kind of have a heated thing about it or whatever, he leaves and he's just like, he's tired. But you see the soldier that Cerebros took over after Kaburagi.
Yeah.
And so he kind of like stands there and he overhears the director going like, "Oh my god, I'm so fucking tired, I'm so fucking drained." And you just hear like, you see his eye glow and you hear that like that. Yeah. So it didn't clue in until like later on in the episode that I was like, oh my god, he took over his body.
Yeah.
Because, like, he's been
walking around, he wasn't complaining about being sore. It's like, You're possessed, aren't you?
Yeah, because like there was a thing later where Happy Courage looks down at the director and he's just like, yeah, no, fuck you.
Oh, look what your D4 rate did.
Yeah, under control, huh? And you just see him like smile, like I don't fucking give a shit what you think.
Like a smirk, like, you think I care?
Yeah, so we get this this brutal space monster Kelvin, which honestly it looked like a Metroid monster. It kind of reminded me of here I'll show you. It reminded me of this monster called Kraid.
Kraid?
Yeah.
Which like Heavy Kuro remembered what this thing was. It's like one of these things. What do you mean? Heavy Kuro? Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah, Kelvin kind of reminded me of Kraid.
You know what? Send me a picture of that. I'll put it in the thumbnail.
Okay.
How you spell its name?
Kraid. Kraid.
Kraid. Kraid. Okay.
Yeah. She shoots spikes out of his belly buttons.
Yeah, it's like, how do you know of a captain? Oh, just I know of it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because like because like Juggler's been around.
Juggler summoned one before.
Oh, that's right, he did.
In episode 9 of Ultraman Orb, the Imposter Blues.
Right. It's been so long. 5 years since Orb. Wow. Oh, we're like 4 years since Orb. Orb was 2016.
Yeah, but we're literally 1 year away from 2021. Might as well say 5.
Fuck. So King Joe and Wyndham try to King Joe just goes to fight it because the director's like, oh, Wyndham's on standby.
Mm.
But then he goes anyway because like Heavy Core is just like he's like, no, I'm sending Wyndham. Harky, go.
Okay.
And so then more Kelvums keep fucking popping up, and then we find out there's like
a mother
Kelvum, which is a huge fucker. So Yoko tells Zed like, "Oh, you go fight the mother. I'll take care of them down here as much as I can." So she's like destroying some, but just more keep popping up. Like you kill one, like 3 more take its place.
Yeah.
And so then like they're just like,
she
use the D4.
Never. Pentium missiles has run out. Shit.
Yeah, she's like 80% damaged.
Like basically, she's now being forced by freaking Captain Kuriyama or Director Kuriyama to fire the D4 ray.
So she does.
What she does? This thing, like, this is how powerful this thing is. The impact is so powerful from this device, you can see it from space.
Yep.
How do we know that? Because, when Zet flew into space as Delta Rise Claw to defeat the Mother, which that's a cool screenshot there.
Really good file attack she did on it.
You can see the impact in the atmosphere. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, and it like fucking destroys all these Kelvin like instantly. Like it was like a nuclear bomb going off. And so then it starts to go on be unstable. And so Zed comes in, uses his Zetsium Ray, which closes it off. And that's when Mai, Yuki or whatever, she's just like, Ultraman's powers suppressed it. And that's where I guess the concept for Ultroid Zero comes in.
I guess so.
Yeah, well, because it's like, hey, it makes sense that we should make a robot based on Ultraman.
Because I think what they did is that they analyzed all 4 Ultramen that arrived on Earth, because Zet, G, Zero, and Ace. And using using the D4 energy information, they kind of culminated it into Zero.
And then we get a thing where all storage is called into the main hangar, and then which the director just states Gap's taking over. We're dismantling storage.
Juggler.
Yeah, he's not fucking buying it. And so this is the good prelude to the finale, and we've already watched the rest of the series, and it's just been whoo!
Yep.
Good stuff.
So next time on Ultraranger, we'll be talking about episodes 22 to 25.
We're going Z. 4 episodes full ham on Zed.
Full ham on the finale, plus our overall thoughts on Zed.
Yeah, so that's going to be an episode all by itself.
Or who knows, we may split that episode up into, we may split it into 2 parts. The episode discussion, and then the overall series thoughts.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Because we'll be at it for a while. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, so honestly, Zed just still, it gets the the emotions right, and like the interactions between the characters. Like you can good direction,
and like somewhere at some point, Cerebro is somewhat behind this.
Yeah. He has been kind of like pulling the strings,
especially now that he's in possession of Kuriyama.
Yeah, with a man with has so much power.
One of the directors of the Global Allied Forces of Japan.
Yep.
Or I think he is the head of the Global Allied Forces.
Yeah. Or he's like probably like part of like a group of people.
Yeah.
Because like whenever like there's like military discussions and stuff like that, you always see like a group of officers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
I want the American guy back. It's Ultraman.
It's Ultraman.
But just, I am excited for next year as we talk about the big finale.
Yep.
A finale so big it took up 5 episodes. Because, episode 21 counts. If anything, episode 19 is the prelude to the finale. Which, if anything, I would have swapped around the 2 episodes. I would have had the Mr. Bako episode be episode 20, and then episode 19 and episode 20 be the Ultraman Ace team up.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would have made a bit more sense.
Yeah.
Because if anything, you could skip over episode 20 if you missed it and just go straight into episode 20, episodes 19 to 21 onwards.
Yep.
So I think that's what they should have done.
The Ace episode was fucking good.
The Ace episode is good, and Mr. Bako's episode is still good. I just think if they swapped them around, this would have been a big 6-part finale.
Yeah. Maybe you just do that. You just like, you know what? Watch episode.
Yeah, if anything,
20, 19,
then 21 to 25.
Yeah.
I guess it's because maybe the episode wasn't ready yet, so they had to like switch around the scheduling.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was just like, hey, we only have him for this amount of time.
Oh shit, we've had a Yuka focused episode, we've had a Yoko focused episode, we've had a Haruki focused episode, we've had a Heavy Kura focused episode. We haven't done Mr. Bako.
Yeah, Mr. Bako is kind of, although not like an official member of the storage crew, he is still one of the main characters.
He built the robots.
If anything, Kaburagi over there is the only one that didn't get a freaking character focus episode, but we will be talking about him in the next episode.
Yes.
But in the meantime, I believe that is everything that we have to say about these 2 episodes, and that is it for 2020. I hope you all enjoyed Ultraranger this year. I do have to apologize for all the delays this year. Just basically 2020 for me was a year of finally getting into finally starting in a sense, or more or less, it's the prelude to the year where I finally start doing things in the field that I'm going towards.
Yeah, and for me, it's just been kind of I've just been living day to day and just trying to distract myself with stuff. But things are moving forward with me. Starting the end of next month, in January, I'm going to be moving away to start my life with my girlfriend. So yeah, I guess that is technically the first big your first big announcement for that, since Castranger isn't coming back until the following year. Yep.
So you've heard it here, folks. Lane is moving forward with his life.
I'm moving.
Does that mean the end of Ultraranger? No, we still
got some things to do.
Still have some things to finish up.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen the last of me.
Yeah, but the tone of the show may be a bit different following January.
Mm-hmm.
Because if anything, we may do what every other podcast does and have you over Discord.
Yeah, because you can just have me on video chat so you can actually see me and I can see you. And
yeah,
it'll be easier.
And since it's just the 2 of us, it's easier. Exactly. Instead of how we do in Castranger when it's a full group and then one of us is on Discord.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited to see how my life's gonna go, and miss my girlfriend terribly, and I'm gonna miss being here, but I'm only a 40-minute train ride away, so
yeah, it's
not moving. I'm not moving to another province or anything.
Oh yeah! Oh, thank God. But
yeah, so this has been Ultraranger episode
146.
2020, 2021. Because that's what we talked about, episodes 20, 20, 20, and 21. Yeah, 2020 and then 2021.
Yeah, 2020, 2021.
Holy shit.
Okay. There we are. It's there. 2020, 2021.
Yeah. Like this episode will be released between 11:59 2020 and midnight 2021.
No, I think the way that I have it released, it's like it'll be released on the 27th.
Okay.
So, which is next Sunday.
All right.
So, Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. Merry Christmas.
Well, Christmas will be over with by then.
Well, I hope you had a good Christmas.
Hope you had a good Christmas.
Yeah.
And we'll see you all next year for the big finale of Ultraman Z's discussion.
What a great show.
Oh yeah, spoilers. It's a magnificent finale. But we'll see you all next time. And as always, for the last time in 2020, schwa for now.
Schwa for now.